Merry Christmas, everyone. Many of you may have been like me, wanted to wake up this morning to a white Christmas, but unfortunately that did not happen. But there have been a number of white Christmases across East Tennessee and several in recent memory as well. Meteorologist Cassie Knoll joins us now with a look back at some of those Christmases. Cassie, the most recent in memory had to be 2020. That was a lot.
It was a lot of snow that year. So let's take a look at some video from back in 2020. This is what it looked like. A strong cold front came through on Christmas Eve. So we went from having over an inch of rain to having 2.8 inches of snow on Christmas Eve. Then overnight we continued to see that snow and woke up on Christmas morning with 2 inches of snow on the ground. And in 2020, officially on Christmas Day, we measured 0.4 inches of snowfall. As the sun came out on Christmas Day, it was a beautiful afternoon with the blue skies, and we had a couple of inches of snow on the ground, and then everything froze that night, and we'll just look past that point. But the bottom line is we had a lot of beautiful viewer photos sent in 2020. That is our most recent measurable snowfall on Christmas. Then to go back further, you have to go back to 2010, and that's what you're seeing right here, some old video in Knoxville of the snowflakes flying on Christmas Day in 2010. That year we had 2.5 inches of snowfall on the 25th. That is the second most or highest amount of snow that we've had on the 25th on record. Beyond that, you got to go much further back. We don't really get white Christmases all that often in East Tennessee, so let's take a look at some of our Christmas Day statistics to talk a little bit more about how frequent this is. The warmest on record was in 1982 with a high of 76 degrees and a low of only 55. The coldest was the very next year in 1983. Katie thinks that's very funny. The high was 13 degrees with a low of 6. And that year, obviously, very chilly compared to the average high of 49 and the average low of 32. Now we move on to the precipitation side. 2015 was our wettest with just over 2 inches of rain, and our snowiest was in 1969 with 7 inches of snow. Can you imagine what a mess that would make of the roadways here? The last time we had snow, as I just told you, was in 2020. So years with snow, 13 out of 152. That averages out to about every 10 to 12 years seeing measurable snowfall on Christmas Day itself. Some more Christmas weather history for you. 43% of those Christmases have had measurable precipitation. So it's pretty common to either have rain or snow on that day. 40% have had temperatures warmer than 50 degrees. 20% have had Christmases warmer than 60, and like we did this year. And because of that, this year was the warmest since just 2021, 2 years ago, when we had a high of 69 degrees. So instead of finishing on a warm note, I want to finish with some beautiful pictures. This is what it looked like on Christmas Day in 2020 once that sun came out. And this is what Market Square looked like on Christmas night in 2020. No ice skating rink, because remember, in 2020, we were still in the pandemic and we were socially distancing that night. Katie?
Cassie, we will truly never forget that Christmas in 2020, and East Tennessee is beautiful every year on Christmas, no matter what. Thank you so much.